Well, hello everybody and happy Wednesday. I hope you guys are doing amazing. I see that we have a DeeCee raid. Thank you guys so much. I appreciate y'all for being here. We have a lot to talk about. A lot. Yeah. I had to make sure I put my phone on Do Not Disturb. Yes, good. Okay. How are you guys? What's new? Tell me everything. I haven't put my headphones on yet because I curled my hair. I just wanted y'all to see it without the headphones. Now, I don't know what the back looks like, so can you do me a solid and tell me if I missed any pieces? Because I strongly believe that the back is none of my business, but let me know. How are we looking back there? Are we okay? We're going to roll with it. Also, I colored my hair with the Care color. Everything's linked. Everything is linked in the YouTube shopping. Thank you guys. I appreciate it. And on the eyes, because I know you guys are going to ask, is the Adriana Nicole Cosmetics. This is the Cool Tone palette. Please excuse my fingerprints. I actually use it a lot when I wear makeup. I use two colors. This one, here we go. This one right here is Empowered. It looks really like gunmetal-y, but more on the brown side. And then that purple one in the middle, Enchanted over it. So affiliate link, Erin approved. I do make a commission if you decide you want to grab it. I love her brand. She's come out with so much new stuff. I actually need to go back to her website. Okay, now how are we going to do this? I guess we'll just, okay, well, can we pull this forward? See, I wasn't, okay, all right, okay. This is why I showed you guys my hair before, before we got into this. Oh, yeah. DeeCee, what's up? Escape Top Chat Purgatory. That is a mouthful, by the way. Yes, and thank you for the raid. Appreciate you. We have a Luna sighting so early? Hold on. Hello, ma'am. Also, if you are looking for updates on the Luna plushie, you can go to the, I think I forgot to put it in the video description. I will put the link in the video description. You put your email in there and it gives you updates on where we're at with the project. We have moved into the design process, which is very exciting. And so once I have more information about that, I definitely will be sharing that with you guys. Thank you guys for the support. It's going to be really cool to watch this come to life. You know, it's really cool. I was nervous about it. But you guys really showed up and showed out for me. So thank you for that. I appreciate you. And it's going to a good cause. 20% of the proceeds are going to go to Homeward Bound cat adoptions here in Las Vegas. So thank you guys. I appreciate you. Okay. I almost wore it today. I have purple and I also have like a burgundy, kind of like my hair, but cooler toned. I almost wore it. I will wear it another time though. Now that you say that, I definitely will. So thank you. I appreciate y'all. What other updates do we have? I have a big update. So over the last few, I want to say at least the last year, yeah, the last year. Well, actually, hold on. Before I get into any of that, if you're brand new here, welcome. It's not usually this chaotic. My name is Erin Bies. I'm a certified personal trainer and a fitness nutrition specialist through ACE. I'm working on level 1 with precision nutrition as well. That'll be done soon. I'm on chapter 17 out of 20. Let's do this thing. And I spent 13 and a half years in multi-level marketing and worked my way out of it, healed my way out of it. And now I am bringing evidence-based commentary to the interwebs, based on my experience, based on my credentials, and hopefully giving people tips, whether we're talking about nutrition, wellness grifters, diet culture, multi-level marketing, schemy marketing tactics. Hopefully I'm giving people tips that they can use every single day in any of those areas. That's my goal here. So there have been some updates on my YouTube channel. I don't know if you guys noticed. I just felt like updating everything. So I have a new banner. I have a business name for my personal training, but I'm not ready to necessarily announce that yet. That's coming. And you might notice if you click on the affiliate links that there's some new affiliate links, and let's talk about it. I've spent a lot of time in the last year specifically, talking about sketchy supplements and weird manipulative marketing. And one of the comments that I get a lot, maybe not a lot, often, I have one from a skinny drop video, is, well, what are we supposed to use? If we're looking for a supplement, what are we supposed to use? What is evidence-based? And a few weeks ago, Legion reached out to me. And at first I was like, no. We don't do supplements around here because they don't have the evidence. And I paused. I looked at the website, and one of the things that I love about Legion is that they have scientific evidence on the dosage of the ingredients in their products. It's all listed on their website. Proprietary blend, or no proprietary blend, excuse me, transparent labels, all of that. So I've recently partnered with them. If you're looking for protein powder, if you're looking for creatine, if you're looking for a pre-workout or something along those lines, check out the link in the video description. If you use my code Erin Bies, you do save 50%, 50, off of your first order. So I am doing a giveaway as well. Thank you, Carolyn, for getting into the giveaway. And so all you have to do is go to my Instagram, and you have to follow me. You have to follow Legion. You have to like the reel, and it goes until Friday. You have to like the reel. You have to tag 2 friends, and you have to save the video, save the reel. And on Friday, I'm going to put handles in Instagram handles into a random generator, and Legion is going to send you a free full-size product. So make sure you check that out. And also 12 months. That's amazing. 51 months, Lushy. I know this is off screen. I apologize for that. I'll fix it in a minute. If you want more chaos, just get Erin to start saying Lushy plushie when she's talking about the Luna plushie. It's a mouthful, man. Every time I was talking about that, I always threw Lushy in there. I don't know. So funny. All right. Yeah, 50%. I think it's a pretty generous discount as well. So appreciate your support. I know that I just have had several people ask, well, what should we be using? And so hopefully this is a step in that direction to be able to answer that question for many of you. Okay. This means a lot to me, Monica. Thank you very much. I appreciate that. Today we're here to talk about Optavia, which is now Trilivy. And I finally saw the breakdown of their name. I'm going to save that for another time, but they're basically taking 3 different words and trying to make it, yeah. Anyways, they have rebranded. They just had their convention this past weekend, so you'll see all of them are now wearing all of this merch. Maybe we'll do a website scroll tonight, but first I want to show you a video that Doug Wood posted. Yeah, Doug Wood is one of the top leaders. Also would like to mention that several years ago, and I'll show you this video as well, I think it was 4 years ago, there was this arena or wherever they had their convention was full, and this event this past weekend had 3,000 people. 3,000 from what it used to be, which is great news. And watching all of these reps try to make it sound like this is a good thing has been hilarious over the last probably 5 or 6 days. 4 days, something like that. It's been great. So anyways, let's get into it. This is Doug Wood. He's a top leader in Optavia, now Trilivy, and he's married to Tia Wood. I've talked about Tia Wood before. In fact, I was able to, with some help, expose the fact that she was taking a GLP-1 medication for several years without disclosing it, and made it seem like, oh no, the results she was getting was from her meal plan and her workouts. Did those things contribute? Of course they did. But also, if you're going to be, like, picture this. You're somebody that maybe wants to work with me as a personal training client. And I'm like, yeah, I can help you with nutrition. I can help you with lifting. I can help you with, you know, those things. But I wasn't telling you that the results that I got were from also incorporating a GLP-1 medication. That is false advertising. That's not disclosing everything. I think that is shady. I don't have any problems with a GLP-1 medication. We are pro-science over here, always. Does science always get it right? No, but it's the best weapon that we have for many things. But you should disclose that. So if you see health and wellness influencers online that are, you know, talking about weight loss, and then you find out that they're taking a GLP-1 medication and not disclosing it, that's shady. Okay, that's all I have for that. Let's get into it. Sad trumpet noises. Oh, it's coming. It's coming. Brace yourself.
$10,000.
And let me also check the audio because I know I'm kind of coming in hot a little bit. Let me check his.
I offered in front of the entire audience this weekend to anybody
What is this angle, Doug? What?
who beats me to global. And I got thinking about it this morning. I said, you know what? I'll make that same offer to anybody watching this. Oh, thanks, buddy. Phoenix is the man. He brings me over some type of a stand. I think I'm just going to hold it, buddy. Thank you, though.
Oh, yeah. Don't use a tripod, Doug. You know, walk around.
So I offered $10,000 to 3,000 people today for anybody who beats me.
Beats you at what? What is this competition? What are we doing?
To global, starting effective today. And I'm going to make that same offer to anybody watching this because the need for people to find something easy to get healthy with has never been greater. So 9 out of 10 Americans are suffering from some sort of metabolic dysfunction. 1 out of 10 are maybe going to your local gym that has good habits. But for the rest of us, like where I was.
Where do you get these stats from? I would love to know.
15 years ago, we're just praying for a miracle. We're just repeating the same thing. We're starting the new diet cycle on Monday. We're starting it after the summer ends. And so T and I have been coaches now for 17 years with the exact same company. And this program changed our life.
Now, what is their program? He's talking about Optavia. Optavia has different programs that involve people buying their processed fuelings. They look like little 100-calorie packs. Sometimes they're a chocolate shake. Sometimes they're a bar. Sometimes it's a chocolate pudding pack. They're a tiny serving, and their concept is you eat or make and eat 5 of their fuelings a day, and then you have 1 lean and green meal. And there have been other creators, Hannah Alonso, Brianna Jewell, that both have done videos taste testing those. And Brianna Jewell at the time was a certified personal trainer. She's now a registered dietitian. I would love for her to revisit that. I'm going to text her after this and say, you should revisit. Well, now it's Trilivy. Trilivy? Yeah. Now that she's a registered dietitian, I think that would be fascinating. Don't you guys think? Anyways, they taste tested the products. Brianna Jewell calculated how much calories and things she was taking. I want to say it was anywhere between 800 and 1,000 calories, which is typical for their 5-in-1 plan. And it's very, very strict. You're not supposed to work out on it. You are taking in a very small amount of calories. It is extremely dangerous for so many people, in my opinion. And it's really hard to maintain because anytime you are doing something that is that strict, it's very, very difficult, and more than likely it will never be sustainable. So they have people that cycle on and off the 5-in-1, and it's awful. Just some of the stories that have been shared with me about people that have tried the program. And if you have tried their programs, you can let us know in the comments, what your experience was. But yeah, I have heard some really terrible stories about it. So anyways.
Also, our company pays extremely well because this is a real business.
Does it? Does it pay extremely well? Because that's not what the income disclosure statement looks like. It looks like every other company. Actually, I take that back. It doesn't look like every other company because they don't have it by ranks. They have it by dollar amounts, which is kind of like how Modere used to have theirs. It was by dollar amounts. But I would be fascinated to know what percentage of people were at the different ranks in Optavia. But they don't do it that way. They do it by dollar amounts. And it's not as great as Doug wants you to think.
Helping real people, offering a real solution. And so that's why I said, Dr. A brought me up. He's like, Doug, what are you going to do?
Oh my God. Yeah, we'll do a website scroll. The other day I was talking with the members on a members only live, which I do twice a week. We're going to do a members only after party. And I was like, that's like 7 kernels of corn as we were doing a website scroll.
I said, well, I'm going global. And for inside of our company, we pretty much have these distinct markers that tell the company, it tells the company how to pay the people who are helping a lot of people get healthy.
Now, what does that mean, Doug? Helping a lot of people get healthy? Because it's often very confusing whether they're talking about recruiting people or getting customers to buy their fuelings. It's a little confusing. 42 months. Rebecca, thank you so much. Wait, did you? No, 42 months. Yeah. Thank you so much. I appreciate you.
And so the cool part is, if you'd like to make $10,000, I'll make this promise to you. If you're watching this right now and you beat me to global, what that basically is,
I think global is a rank.
it's you getting healthy yourself. All right. So our program is about $400-ish a month, our full metabolic reset. I'm very upfront about the price because there's no hacks, no gimmicks. There's no
Oh, no gimmicks. Really. $400 a month, and that doesn't include a lean and green meal. If you have a family, that doesn't include your family groceries. You're going to be hungry the entire time. Oh, absolutely not. No gimmicks, huh?
shortcuts. It's just straight up to confront some sign of metabolic dysfunction, and we all have it. I still have it. We all have some sort of metabolic dysfunction going.
And that's why you go to your doctor. That's why you don't trust distributors in an MLM company that are just trying to sell you these processed fuelings that you eat 5 times a day for over $400 a month. That's why you don't trust these people. And you go to your doctor or you go to a registered dietitian that can help you with making sure that you're getting what you need and helping you with healthy habits that are sustainable.
On in our bodies.
Dietitian, really.
And it's for people that take their health personally and they say, you know, I'm going to do something about it. And they become a coach with our program. It's $200 to become a coach. And then from there, it's helping 17 people in a calendar month.
Now, are we talking 17 customers or 17 distributors in 1 month? Do y'all have any idea the amount of work, and I mean this seriously, the amount of work when you're in an MLM that it takes to get one customer, and the amount of conversations? I have to look back at when I was in MLM. This was prior to 2021, excuse me. It is so much work. It is unpaid labor. And they always make it sound like, oh, it's no big deal. 17 people in a month. No big deal. Beat me to it. I'll give you 10K. There's a reason he's offering $10,000. Because in my opinion, he knows the likelihood of this happening is probably slim to none. Yikes. The vagueness is intentional. I agree. Before we move on, I have an extra crispy Dr. Pepper Zero Sugar and cream soda. Let's pour it, shall we? I don't feel like that was very crispy. Let's do this. Let me actually move the mic back. Okay. Crispy. If you're drinking one, let me know what flavor you're drinking. All right, back to Doug.
Get healthy and stay healthy on our program. So you're helping yourself plus 100 people, 5 different coaches, helping 17 people transform their health. Not only does that pay that person by the time you hit global, just in commissions and bonuses, that probably pays you 10-ish, 12-ish $1,000. If you beat me to it, I'll match it with another 10 grand. And it's pretty much that simple.
Okay. I'm pretty sure that there are specific laws and things that you have to follow in order to do giveaways. Vary by state, but it has to be very, very clear. And going live and just saying, hey, if you beat me to global, a rank in Optavia, then I'll give you $10,000. If you beat him before whatever event. I don't think giveaways work that way. I feel like the FTC would not like that so much, you know?
And I want to keep it simple because the need has never been greater in America today. Americans are frustrated. We got husbands and wives not talking to each other.
This is where Doug is going to make it seem like Trilivy, I had to look at his hat, is the answer for everything. It's going to heal marriages. Except no, it's not, because we know what happens when people are in multi-level marketing.
Got people that don't know what to do. We got husbands and wives not even being intimate and having sex, that are married, and they've been married for a few years and they don't have sex but 5 times a year, either out of obligation. And it's not because...
Doug, you spend a whole lot of time talking about being intimate in some way online. I find it inappropriate. It's kind of odd. And are you trying to make it seem like your company is the answer to couples being intimate again? What? He recently has gone on this rant where he's talking about policing. How do I word this on a live stream? Policing other people's... I don't know how to word this. Consuming of adult content online, and how he doesn't think that people should be doing that. First of all, that's other people's business. I don't know. Interesting.
It's that they don't like each other. It's that they don't feel good. They don't, when everything is just starts, you know, especially when you get over 30 and you get over 40 and everything starts going downhill, you think that this is the way it is, and you start...
I don't think when I turned 40 things went downhill, and I'm sure that there are some of you in the live chat and also on the replay that would tend to agree. In fact, I think when I turned 40, that was when I was like, other people are going to have an opinion, and that's okay, but it doesn't mean that needs to be my opinion of myself, you know? So I don't know. I thought when I turned 40, I was like, okay, all right. I mean, it was 2020, but as far as like how I was feeling about myself, I was still in an MLM. I was still working my way through that, got out the following year. But, you know, I don't know. I think life especially after I got out of an MLM, I think got really amazing, you know?
Cashing it in, and it shows up in our metabolic health. And so much people think it's like, oh, it's just weight loss, or I don't need to lose any weight. It's not about losing weight. It's about
everything that Optavia has done in the past, in my opinion, has been about losing weight and becoming the smallest version of yourself. Everything from their fuelings to their, what do they call it? A fat burn blitz, where they were making a very, very strict program, even more strict, and you were only allowed to eat the powdered versions of the fuelings. Everything was about being the smallest and having the smallest waist possible, which is not going to be the healthiest for everybody because all bodies are different. So it's interesting that it's like, it's not just about weight loss. Doug, your entire shtick on social media with Optavia has been about losing weight.
about thriving. It's about energy. It's about motivation. It's about afternoon 3 o'clock fatigue to where you feel like Starbucks is your answer and you're operating on energy drinks or coffee. And then, then you need the cake pop, and it's just like this big vicious cycle. And so I'm passionate about helping people that want to reverse their metabolic dysfunction. Our program has never been better. Our programs have never been easier. We've kind of always had a version of the reset, but we've never pushed the goalpost so far.
What do you mean? You guys push the goalpost You adjust that all the time. What do you mean?
That it would take somebody beyond just the reset. I always made, and shame on me, I'm part of the problem. Made weight loss the goal. Getting to a healthy weight.
The only reason you're talking about this, Doug, is because I'm assuming they made some sort of they made changes in the company, the name of the company, although the fuelings look the same on the website. And I think the only reason he's changing this is because this is the new direction and he has to parrot what is being said so that he can continue to be a part of the company. Come on. Oh my God.
Or what some people might call a goal weight is like step one. That's just like getting back to the starting line. That's just like getting in the game of life again. I'm 48 years old and I have never felt better in my entire life. I feel better today than I did in my 20s. I am more active today than I ever was in my 20s. Why? Because my entire teens and 20s, I weighed in at 270, 280 pounds, but it was more fatigue and it was constant being tired all the time. And I just didn't want to feel that way anymore. Like I made a decision. I'm like, this is not going to be my story. I wasn't going to let it be my story, which is why.
What you doing? What you doing? Would you like to come say hi? All right, come here. Can you guys hear her? And the chat is like delayed on this thing that I'm using. So it'll catch up eventually. Look at her. Look at how perfect. Look at her. Hello, ma'am. How you doing? I know I curled my hair. She's not sure what to think about it. Would you like to say hello to the people? Oh my God. Look at her. Are you making biscuits? Easy. I have lipstick on. What are you doing? Let's give the people some purrs. You just needed to say hi? Okay. That's fine. I already told him about the Luna plushie. I already gave him the update. I have to get back to work, okay? Thanks for hanging out. Okay.
I'm passionate about helping coaches. I'm more passionate about helping people not just regain their physical health, but do you know how much our financial strain, our financial overload and stress weighs also on our fear?
Did he just say that he was more passionate about helping coaches, which means recruiting? Are we surprised?
And spiritual health. Have you been, I don't know if you've faced financial.
Oh, the chat just caught up. Hold on. Oh, we have a new member. I missed that. Thank you so much. I appreciate you. And Stressed Opossum. Welcome. This came on my playlist the other day. It makes me giggle every time. Makes me think of you guys. Welcome, Stressed Opossum. Appreciate you joining. And hopefully we'll see you in the members only after party. I don't know why the chat is delayed on my end. I've noticed that a couple times. It's something I need to definitely check out. Ma'am, you're on top of my... Thank you. She's trying to pull my headphones out. We don't want that. Andy's web said, did you ever think about what could be causing the tiredness? Could it be a medical problem? Are you working too much? Are you stressed? Did you talk to a doctor, a therapist? Did you do any of that? It's such a great question. Also, I think the idea that, which is what he's about to say, well, he's getting there, where you can just simply make a decision and lose weight is not the case for a lot of people. Anybody that has any kind of underlying health conditions, there's a lot of things that can play a factor in people not being able to lose weight. And the idea that you're going to come online and say, hey, you just have to make a decision. And by the way, the solution is eating 800 to 1,000 calories a day is pretty preposterous. That's a big word for a Wednesday. Let me calm down. I just think that it's very That's not the case for everybody.
like dysfunction. I've faced it a few different times, and
We did meet the plushie pledge goal. Thank you so much. And we are into the design phase. So more about that coming soon. And thank you guys again for all of your support. I appreciate you.
I've always said financial, we all have the same prayers and desperation that a lot of times financially that we're believing God for, because I know somebody today is a miracle to them. Is like they need to get their hands on $100 today because they have a bill due. They need to eat and pay for their family's groceries. I got somebody else praying for $1,000. I got somebody else that just got slapped with a never planned on a bill that the insurance wouldn't cover, or a situation, and it's just like, oh my gosh, I need $20,000. Where's that even going to come from? I got other people that, like myself, that invested millions of dollars into opening a wellness club, and it's just like, man, like this is a lot of work. There's a lot going on here to make this thing work. And so it's like, yeah, I could really, really take it up another level, because I'm praying and believing for millions, not just millions of people to be transformed, but yeah, millions of dollars that it takes.
I'm sorry. I don't believe for 1 second that Doug has any empathy in his body. And I told the members this yesterday. The things that he posts online, in my opinion, make it seem like he's all about him. I don't think for 1 second he is all about helping other people like he wants people to think. He's getting ready to talk about how he has this event coming up and it's going to cost him so much money to do. And he's basically comparing that struggle, an optional event, to somebody needing $100 or $1,000. And the kicker in all of this is that it's like he's trying to say, because he hasn't actually said it, and I don't know that he does in this entire video, that he thinks Trilivy is the answer to those people. So if somebody is needing $100, which is the case for a lot of people in today's economy, you want them to spend $200 to become a coach and then buy fuelings on top of that, and you think that's the solution. That's absurd to me.
Pay all of my employees and to my assistants, and I've got this metabolic reset summit tour coming up this fall. I'm going to 9 cities in 9 different states between now and Christmas. And
oh my God, that must be so hard, Doug. Which, that's optional. You're choosing to do that. We saw the last time you did a tour. I think it was a 3-hour video that I covered from several years ago that he did. I don't even remember what it was called. But he did a tour. And so these are optional things.
Doing 2-day passionate events. And I was just talking to somebody else. Yeah, I mean, just to get these things started, I'm over 50 grand just on the venues.
Oh my God.
And I haven't even really gotten sound and everything in place.
Oh my God. You haven't got sound yet and you're already in 50K? I feel so sorry for you, Doug.
I haven't even got my travel. So it's like, we're all praying for something. And I'm not going to compare where I'm at.
That's exactly what you just did. That is exactly what he just did. I'm out 50,000. I haven't even had, got sound production or whatnot. I don't even have travel. I'm already out this much money. Meanwhile, people are struggling to put food on the table. People are struggling to keep the electricity on. It's so out of touch. It's so disgusting to me. And it just proves what I was saying a few minutes ago, that I don't think he has any empathy in his body at all, even though he wants you to think he does, because of the things that he says. And this is a perfect example.
And what I'm believing God for, to where you're going through, and I would ask you not to compare what you're going through with what I'm going through. But all I know is that financial blessing and favor comes to those who work. And a lot of times for me, it's amazing how so much opened up and so many doors were released when I physically took personal responsibility of my health. And
Wait. So what you're implying here is that if people don't join Trilivy and don't take their health seriously, they're lazy? Oh my God.
And then where it really opened up, when I started losing and that fat started falling off through our reset plan, I was like, other people, I need to share it with my buddy. And then my coach suggested that I coach. And it was so interesting how
Your coach suggested that you coach because that's the pipeline. They want people to get on the 5 and 1. They want people to get drastic results in a short period of time, because when you're eating 800 to 1,000 calories a day, you're going to lose weight. At what cost? Well, probably some muscle mass as well, amongst many other things. Your relationship with food, your fear of food. There's a whole thing that I could go into with this. They take those people that have lost a lot of weight in a short period of time. They platform them, they coach them on what to post, and then they're like, hey, you have all these friends interested. Sure, I could sign them up, but why don't you sign them up? And there is heavy pressure to become a distributor, aka a coach in this company. That is how this works. We have watched it time and time again, and people have shared it in the comments. People have told me about it through private messages. This is the process. This is how they do this.
my skepticism, just like some of you watching this video, skepticism creeps in and says, oh man, they probably want something from me. Like he offered me coaching, so I'm sure he just wants to get something from me. Well, guess what? If you become a coach, trust me, you make a whole lot more money than I do ever by coaching you. However, we do believe that people doing the work, so here's how the comp plan works.
Wait, so people doing the work, and now we're going into the comp plan. I thought this was about helping people get healthy and reversing metabolic disorder. But now we're into the recruiting part of this and the comp plan, and I shouldn't be surprised, but I kind of am.
Compensate people for coaching a client, okay? No different than if someone's walking into Starbucks and that barista makes that coffee. That barista's probably making what, $18 an hour? Depends on what part of the country they live in. In Scottsdale, they're definitely probably making $16, $17, $18 an hour, maybe 20. All right, for doing a job, for providing a service and making a beautiful cup of coffee that we love every single day. Some of us put way too much syrup.
Oh my God, please. Sugar-free syrup exists. Do not mess with people's coffee orders.
And way too much milk and cream. And
is it fake milk? I don't. Is it artificial milk? I can't. Oh, Doug.
Whipped cream in it, but that's for another topic.
Here's the thing. If you like your coffee the way that you like it, and you are somebody that wants to lose weight, you can have that in a calorie deficit. Oh.
And Starbucks turns around and pays, and if that person feels like the person buying, that little tip thing comes up and says, would you like to add 20%? And some of us are generous on that day, and other times it's like, no, I don't give tips when I'm standing up. Well,
what does that mean? You don't give tips when you're standing up. So you only tip people if you're seated at a table and they bring you your food and after they've taken your order and stuff. You don't. Doug, if people are providing you a service, you should tip them. What do you mean you don't tip people if you're standing up? That is so weird.
I do, because especially if they're really kind and nice.
Oh, you do. Which is it? You don't tip if you're standing up, or you do?
Nice, and we give a tip, and that person is paid for doing a job. Well, our coaches are paid a commission up to between 35 and 45% of a client's order is paid to that coach providing a service, talking, texting, encouraging, holding them accountable. So our coaches that are helping 17 people get healthy, which is an executive coach, director.
Which is one of the top ranks in the company, at least in the top echelon, top 4 or 5 ranks.
that person is probably earning $2,500 to $3,000 a month by guiding their friends, their family, through the exact same program or through the exact same journey that they're finding breakthrough and freedom in. So
Freedom in Optavia, aka Trilivy? Freedom where? Because it's definitely not food freedom. It's definitely not time freedom, like they want people to think. This is wild. Who's going to tell him? Oh, who's going to tell him that I work with people and I'm not a part of a multi-level marketing company, and I have the credentials to help people with their fitness and nutrition, and I message people, text people, have phone calls with people, work on them with their relationship with food within my scope of practice, coach them on their form and whatever else they need, healthy habits, things like that. I'm not a part of an MLM. You can do these things, get the credentials, and then go out there and do the work without being a part of a multi-level marketing company. And in my opinion, from the feedback that I've had from a lot of my clients, it's a relief, because they're not coming to me and I'm not saying, hey, we're going to put you on, 1,200 calories a day. No. Tell me about your lifestyle. Tell me what you like to do, we're talking about activity. And do you like working out at the gym? Do you like group fitness classes? What kind of food do you like to eat? What does your daily schedule look like? Helping people to develop stackable, healthy habits slowly is how you sustainably reach your goals. Whether we're talking about fitness, whether we're talking about nutrition, whether we're talking about any of those things, small habits over time that you stack are how you achieve those goals. Not by taking in 800 to 1,000 calories a day and being dependent on buying these $400 a month fuelings to make sure that you're only taking in 800 to 1,000 calories. And I know what these people are going to say. Well, we have other plans. We have a 4 and 2, and we have a 5, 2 and 1, or whatever. It's still very, in my opinion, disordered.
That's all we've done. So when I did that it was actually 16 years ago that I decided to start coaching, it completely, I had built-in account.
By the way, we have about 133 people on here, 130, and only 40 likes. Can you do me a favor? And if you don't agree with what Doug is doing and saying here, and you don't like it, if you would like the stream, that would be amazing. Please and thank you.
Accountability, just like when I go to church and my pastor or Pastor Greg would say, Doug, would you like to maybe lead the men through that?
That's amazing, Sarah. Congratulations. That's awesome. And I'm sure the things that you have learned along the way, the little tiny tips, the actual food freedom, and the making sure that you're getting what you need in a sustainable way, I'm sure that is absolutely priceless.
Or would you like to maybe share, this? I would prepare for that message, and I would not want to share something that I'm not living and practicing myself. So it became built-in accountability, which is why I'm going to give $10,000 to, just like I announced from stage in Orlando, to anybody who beats me, to helping over 100 people with them and their 5 coaches that go executive director, that go global, starting today with a brand new business. I'm going to pay them $10,000 if you can beat me. I don't think you're going to beat me, because I'm very passionate about it, and I have a lot of belief, and I've seen hundreds of thousands of people transformed on this program, and the other people that haven't been transformed have started to reach out to me. They've told me, but then they get scared, or they just want to try it on their own, or they want to keep repeating the same cycle until desperation, frustration sets in, and I get that text and I get that DM, and they're like, okay, Doug, I've been watching you for a long time. You and Tia are clearly consistent. You're clearly lit up about this. It's like, would you coach me? And I'm like, yes, I will. I like to work with serious people. I like to work with people who have a passion.
I can only imagine what his coaching looks like. I can only imagine what a woman that is struggling with, I can't maintain this. I'm hungry and I'm eating, and him saying, well, just stop. I could just picture it. I can picture how this call would go, in my opinion, also. Allegedly. And that's just not how you coach people. Meet people where they're at, work on a couple habits. Once they master that, work on the next thing, and those habits should be established based off of their goals, not some program that the company has put together that is a one-size-fits-all. Come on.
To change their family tree, that don't want to, that are 50 years.
I can't feed you right now. I can't feed you right now. I'll feed you after, okay?
Years old or 40 years old, and they're not living the dream that they thought they were going to be living. And if they're living a dream, they're living somebody else's dream. And it's definitely not.
What do you think you're doing? What do you think your downline is doing in this company? They're living somebody else's dream. They are funding his dream, his lifestyle. There's been times with people that have been in Optavia, and I think it was, this was a long time ago, training, or somebody messaged me about it. And the distributors, the coaches in this company are encouraged to continue to order fuelings as a thank you to their upline. They're encouraged to do that. Hey, as a thank you, you should be spending $400 a month on your fuelings as a thank you to your upline. That's
their family's health dream. So, which is why I am giving $10,000 away if you can beat me to global starting today. And if you don't get all the way to global and you don't beat me, Trilivy is going to probably pay you $2,000 or $3,000 a month for helping 17 people. So if I were you watching this, and this goes for anybody, if you're watching this and you're in the sound of my voice, beat me, show me, prove it to me, and I will write you the check. I'll probably Venmo you. Actually, I'll probably fly out to your house and I want to interview you, and I'm going to celebrate you. I'm going to jump up and down, or I'll have you be speaking at one of my events.
What if they don't want to do any of that? Let's say hypothetically that happens, right? Somebody beats him, which I think would be hilarious, actually, because I don't think his ego can handle that. But let's say that they don't want to do that. They don't want to speak at your event. They don't want you flying to their house. Just write the check. Also, there are specific things that you have to follow, guidelines and laws for giveaways.
Because the work we're doing is really cool. It's really cool.
Oh, is it?
And it's setting a lot of people free. And people, for the first time in their life, are completely resetting their complete metabolic health. They're coming into complete synchronization. They're getting targeted fat loss. The
You know what helps with fat loss? Being in a calorie deficit for a sustained period of time. And you don't have to be in an extreme calorie deficit. And 800 to 1,000 calories a day on the 5-in-1 plan that is still advertised on their website is an extreme calorie deficit.
stubborn areas, they're like, oh man, my never leaves my butt or my hips or my chest or my legs. It just, man, that's the last to go. No, with our program, it's usually the first to go.
No, you can't say that. You can't say that. Eating fuelings, your body is going to get rid of fat wherever it wants to get rid of fat. You can't target fat loss. That's not how that works.
It's usually the first thing to go. But we have targeted fat loss. My clients maintain 98% of their lean muscle mass. Most of my clients
98% of your clients maintain their muscle mass when they're in an extreme calorie deficit and not strength training. I don't know, man. I don't know. Yeah, so he's whining about money, then throws out a 10K contest out there. He definitely sounds desperate. I agree. Yeah, I agree. Yeah, right out of Doug's mouth. Oh man, yep, expected to buy fuelings every single month. Yep, thank you for sharing that with us. I'm just trying to catch up on some of the comments because for some reason this is delayed. So I apologize. I'm not missing people's comments. I'm not doing that on purpose. Yeah, no such thing as targeted fat loss. Facts. And also that's science. Yeah. I enter complete synchronization when I take a bite of a special gummy. And you know what? I love that for you. I love that.
That I've worked with that have been most successful don't even start working out from day one, because unless you're already in a big, crazy workout routine like I am. See, I had to graduate to where I'm at today. All right? That's a part of our refine and renew plan. I took my grandma, I love this story, my Gigi, who passed away a few years ago. I got an extra 10 years with her because I helped her lose 50 pounds. Me and my aunt did. We helped her lose 50 pounds. And I know I got an extra 10 years with Gigi because she lost that 50 pounds. And she didn't step foot into a gym. I got her walking around her trailer park. I got her doing some little healthy body movement so she wouldn't injure herself. I got her active. The next person that comes to me, people come to me all the time.
Well, that's great. Was she not taking Optavia feelings? Because that's awesome. If she was just increasing activity and focusing on activities that strengthen her daily activities, that's amazing. Things like, you know, picking stuff up off the ground, or reaching back or reaching up, you know, out of a cabinet. Those types of activities as we get older are extremely important. And so strengthening those muscles to be able to do those activities is how people stay independent for longer in their life. So I think that's great, but obviously there's probably more to the story.
They're in an active workout routine. Great. I get them on our reset, refine starting plan because they're starting farther along the way. So I'm excited because a lot of people are getting healthy right now. And a lot of people are graduating from reset to refine. Now they're living in this renew stage, which is absolutely amazing. McDermott, you better get you won't need your Venmo because you won't beat me, brother. You won't beat me. Because I'm loud, I'm proud, I'm passionate, I'm connected. I understand what people struggle with. I understand the place of pain that health has robbed marriages. Health has robbed more marriages than people think they have an intimacy and a sexual problem. Do you know that actually most things that show up later in life were rooted back to things that happened in teen or childhood? Yes, a lot of them are sexually. It manifests itself physically.
Is this dude okay? This is so far outside of his scope. I'm actually stunned.
And I'm not a certified counselor, but I've talked to way too many people. I've just talked to way too many people that things that were avoided in conversations that were not had. I had a
Are you a therapist now?
client years ago. She ended up telling me, and she was morbidly obese. I helped her lose about 100 pounds, okay? She never got all the way. She ended up having a surgery. She had a tumor, and there's a lot of dysfunction. Bless her heart. I'm not...
Did she give you permission to share the story? Is she a current client? Is she still working with you, Doug? I have so many questions.
I'm not going to say her name. I never would say it publicly here. But I will never forget, and I'm going to call her Jill today. I said...
So if you have to use a fake name, that tells me that you probably don't have permission to share her story. I would never come on here and give you guys specifics about my personal training clients. That is so unethical. And I know I'm comparing an ethical business to an unethical business. I get that, but I would never do that.
Jill, we were on the phone. We were about at week 3, week 4, where people, usually by week 3 to week 4, people are down 12 to 15, sometimes 20 pounds, depends on where they started. Sometimes they're down 10 pounds, but most of the time, I get all my clients. I get them off to such a fast start. They're feeling good by day 4, day 5.
You get them off to a fast start. See, now that's not a good thing. Rapid weight loss, not necessarily a good thing. Oh my God.
The Renfo scale is already showing them some amazing results. It's like jumping up and down. But
this is all based on a Renfo scale? Is that how they're tracking all of this? Okay. All right.
Jill, I said, and she was just like, Doug, it's just not coming off. And I'm like, Jill, are you sure you're sticking to the program? And she's like, yes, yes, I promise.
This makes sense because remember not that long ago when they were raving about this Renfo scale? And I was like, why are they, do they have like an affiliate code for this thing or what? This was before the rebranding. Now it all makes a lot of sense. It's not the most effective way to measure lean muscle or lean mass and, body weight and things of that nature. You know, it's going to vary depending on your level of hydration, a bunch of different things. It's not super effective. So it's interesting that they are putting so much stock on this scale. And I would venture to say that that's probably how all of the results that they got from their pilot group that tested this new system. I bet that's how they were tracking it.
And she's like, I am, and I'm like, Jill, when was the first time you ever felt like, man, tell me about your childhood. Like, have you always been big? She's like, yeah, I just, had this, had that. And she said, Doug, I actually will never forget my dad when I was super young because I was always
Why
bigger.
are you sharing this? Again, if you have to use a fake name to tell this story.
If we ever wanted seconds, she made me get down on the floor because they always called me Miss Piggy. Her siblings and her father called her Miss Piggy.
And she's talking to Doug about this? If this is even a true story, we don't know. Oh my God.
Said if I wanted seconds, I had to get down on the floor on all fours and I had to oink like a pig. I thought it was a joke. I thought she was like, I was waiting for the punchline because I'm like, you maybe hear things about this in movies or extreme, like, crimes unfolded or something. But I'm like, this is America. And the psychological dysfunction that is put into our heads and our brains that you will always be this way.
Right, this is America, Doug. Take a look around. Take a look around and see what's actually happening in America. The level of trauma that people are experiencing on a daily basis is insane. I'm actually stunned right now.
This is just the way you were born. This is the way the Wood family is. You're always going to fight this. You don't want to be one of those people. I've had actually other people start to lose weight.
Oh, they're approving stuff? You're having to approve stuff, DeeCee? That's weird. Oh yeah, please be careful with that word. Luna, I can't feed you right now, Mama.
And it creates insecurities in their spouse. So their spouse wants them to gain it back quickly because it brings up insecurity in the marriage. Like, the reason that I am on the front lines of the health and targeted fat loss movement is not just targeted fat loss. Sorry, it's actually on the front lines of the metabolic synchronization and metabolic dysfunction movement, is because we can't run from this disease. I can be a food addict and I still have to participate and eat at least 3 to maybe 5 times a day, but I have to do the right things. A drug addict, a sex addict, a alcoholic, we just tell them to abstain. A porn addict, just abstain.
He talks about that an awful lot.
Okay, there's rooted stuff going on with all those, don't get me wrong. But you have to continue living in your dysfunction while trying to get synchronized and facing this thing every single day.
Right, because you have to eat to survive. So if you are teaching people a very strict program where they're only taking in 800 to 1,000 calories a day, you are part of the problem. Going from, as an example, somebody that is overeating and wanting to lose weight to being extremely restrictive is not the answer. It's about taking small steps. Because those small steps, those small habits that you integrate are how lasting results happen slowly over time. If you are watching somebody online and they're talking about weight loss and they're talking about quick results and they're talking about rapid this, rapid that, that should be a red flag, because none of that is sustainable. Things, when we're talking about weight loss, taking our time, understanding the process, understanding our hunger cues, because it's going to be different for everybody, understanding how we feel, enjoying the food that we're eating, processing what is happening, removing any distractions so that you can pay attention to how your body is feeling and the feedback that you're getting. Those are so valuable. Those lessons are so valuable versus being dependent on an MLM's product as a thank you to your coach. Now you have all of these 100-calorie packs that you're sitting around, running timers to remind yourself to eat every 2 hours. That sounds miserable.
Every single moment. What was it? We have 60,000 thoughts a day. Mine are probably 50,000 of them are about food. Or about an emotional moment or a financial moment, or when somebody says something to us, some of us just run and raid the cupboard. So I'm committed with Dr. A and our founder to help change people's way of thinking. And that's what we're doing for people. And I'm dang proud of it, which is why I'm willing to put my money where my mouth is and say I'm committed to helping, not just T and I, helping 17 to 20 brand new clients in the next.
Clients. That's the first time he said clients and not, or that's the first time that he distinguished that he's talking about 17 new clients and not coaches, because that was a question I had.
30 days, but helping 5 coaches that reach out and say, Doug, I put me in the game. Maybe you're already healthy. Awesome. Some of our best coaches are already lean and fit. You just don't have a tool. You're like one of the trainers. And you have a macro plan to put people on. It's complicated. They don't stick to it anyway, and you're frustrated because your average life cycle of your clients are 45 days because they won't follow your plan.
45 days. That's wild. I have some clients that have been with me since I became a trainer 2 years ago. Was it 2 years ago? In May. Yeah, I think it was 2 years ago. May 1st, I believe. This is really interesting. One of my favorite things to do is to give people custom guides on their nutrition, which has some recipes. It has their personal macros based on their height, their weight, their activity levels, their goals, and exactly what they're trying to do for themselves. It's my favorite thing. You can't look at nutrition as a one-size-fits-all thing. It's always going to be different for everybody. So the fact that they have this 5-in-1 that is a blanket general program is so interesting to me. And then listening to what he says about nutrition is so, I know I say interesting a lot, but it's like there's so many red flags that are going off in my head right now that I'm like, I would never do that with my clients. I would never do that.
So you need something, which is why trainers make really good clients, because they actually need to make money. We make real money. We put them on an easy reset plan. And it's simple, and you don't have to go work them out and spend an hour of your time with them. It's simple. It's easy.
I don't know what happened to my mouse, but my mouse is not working. It's not moving. So bear with me, everybody.
Easy to follow, which is why I'm looking for 5 people that wants to get in the game. And yeah, you're going to make
And yes, it's charged. It's 98% charged.
$2 or $3 grand a month. That's the simple stuff. I'll teach you exactly how. I teach people to do that all the time. To me,
I'm pretty sure you can't say that. I'm pretty sure you can't say, I teach people to make $3,000 a month. I do it all the time. I don't think you could say that. Did my mouse just move? Hold on.
That's amateur income level, because to me, that's just basic. That's just like the starting line.
Mouse is back.
But again, you have to be...
Amateur income, $3K a month. Yikes.
You have to be willing to put yourself out there. Okay? It's not like a... diet in the closet. No, just those who ask me. No, we call those accountability coaches, and you can start there, but at some point you're going to be like, I feel too good. Like I feel a moral obligation. I feel a duty to share this with others. And then those 5 people, if they help 17 people or more, that makes me a global director. You can do that too. And I will teach you how. I hope you guys beat me, because I want this world healthy. I also told Tia a long time ago, and don't call me a jerk for this, but she said, and the name of my tour is GetAmericaHealthyTour.com. If you want to go to GetAmericaHealthyTour.com,
Oh my God, are you kidding me?
you'll see it. And I told Tia years ago, because she was like, I'm with you, Dr. A. We're going to get America healthy. And I'm like, Tia, there's a lot of people that have a lot of old ways of thinking, and I think that a lot of people need to die before America will ultimately be healthy. But I have a belief in it that we're raising up a new generation.
What do you... What? What he just said with the people that have lost their lives under this current administration, I actually have no words.
We're raising up new young parents right now that are entering their young 30s, and obesity has started to already creep in. Your 20s are getting away from you, and you're quickly realizing, like, oh my gosh, like it's just things are starting to slip. Like, that's when we started. We were in our young 30s, and we confronted, we did something about it, and I said, I'm not passing this on to my kids. I'm not going to allow this to run and to duplicate in my family. So we did something about it, and we got healthy for ourselves. We stumbled into coaching, and that's why, I'm very blessed to be paid so well to this day. Our company pays extremely well, but we're a professional coaching service, all right? I don't have coaches. We're not a wholesale buying club, sorry.
You're a professional coaching service? No, you're not. What?
I love the direct sales business. A lot of those are wholesale buying clubs. We don't have you don't become a coach to get discounts and stuff like that. It's not the way it works. We're a professional coaching service. But I'm committed to helping people that really want to change their church. They want to change their communities. They want to change their family tree.
You can do all of that without being a part of an MLM. You can work on nutrition as a family for yourself. You can work on more activity and making a contribution to your community in those areas without joining an MLM.
But it's time, especially the faith community, we wake up and realize that metabolic dysfunction is running rampant in our church. Rampant in our church. On who's going to be the leader, who's going to be the one that is passionate enough to say, you know what, that Doug, he's a little crazy. I'll watch his Facebook Lives, but he might be onto something. Good. If you want to be onto something with me, join me or watch me. But join the movement, join the mission. If you're watching this and you know of another Trilivy coach out there, join him and just say, I want to take Doug up on his challenge. Can you really make $2-3 grand a month just off of helping 17 people? More. I'm just being like careful and like.
Yeah, why are you being careful, Doug? Because you can't make these income claims?
I don't like to, overhype things. But if you beat me to global, I'll be writing you a check for 10 grand, and I guarantee Trilivy will pay you a whole lot more than 10 grand. I just want to do it right now because our time is right now. We have 3 programs.
Or are you desperate for income and you're trying to capitalize on the hype of them rebranding and making it seem like it's a brand new thing? Because I think that's exactly what's happening. I think Doug's income has dropped pretty significantly. I think that's why we're seeing the desperation that we are from him. I think that's why he's in all the Trilivy merch and all of the stuff that he's doing on social media. I think he's desperate. I think, judging from what I have seen from these other people in this MLM company, and the amount of people that used to come to the events. And by the way, I need to actually show you guys that video. Hold on. There used to be arenas full of people, and I need to share it to my computer so I can show you guys what I'm talking about. There used to be arenas full of people at these events, and now this last event, they had 3,000 people. So let me show you what it used to look like, because this was sent to me today. So let me put it in the right folder. Okay. Let me go back to this. I just want to show you guys. We'll come back to Doug. It's only like 3 seconds, but I think I have to mute it. So give me just a second. Okay, this is what it used to look like. Look at the size of this. Oh, let me adjust this. Sorry, guys. No, not me. This one. Okay. This is from 4 years ago. This was sent to me today. Shout out to the person that sent it to me. You know who you are, and I appreciate you. It's how we start our day. Health coach life. Dear Lord, I promise you I can read. That was supposed to be muted, but it apparently didn't. Anyways, that's what it used to look like 4 years ago. And now at this last event, they had 3,000 people. And watching Doug and some of these other people talk about, I didn't see what timestamp we were at. We'll just go around here. Watching Doug and them try to make it sound like this is a great thing. Now is the time. This is so exciting. Now is the time to join. No, it's not. This company is flailing. This is their Hail Mary. I'm going to continue to talk about it. I hope you guys help me spread the word that this is not where people should be going when we're talking about health and fitness advice, for sure.
I thought it was a joke. I thought she was like, I was waiting for.
Okay, we already heard this.
I put me in the game. Maybe you're already healthy. Awesome. Some of our best coaches are already.
We already heard this.
Young 30s, and obesity has started to already creep in. Your 20s are getting away from you, and you're quickly realizing, like, oh my gosh, like it's just things are starting to slip. Like that's when we started. We were in our young 30s, and we did something about it. And I said, I'm not passing this on to my kids. I'm not going to allow this to run and to duplicate in my family. So we did something about it, and we got healthy for ourselves. We stumbled into coaching, and that's why I'm very blessed to be paid so well to this day. Our company pays extremely well, but we're a professional coaching service.
When your company pays extremely well when you're at the top of the company, meaning you have a large team. Although I wonder what the size of his team is now versus what it was, 4 years ago. I would love to know that comparison because I bet it's not anything what it used to be.
All right. I don't have coaches. We're not a wholesale buying club. Sorry. I love the direct sales business. A lot of those are wholesale buying clubs. We don't have you don't become a coach to get discounts and stuff like that. It's not the way it works.
Yeah, you just pay full price as a thank you to your upline for coaching you. That's why you pay $400 a month, full price probably, in fuelings.
We're a professional coaching service. But I'm committed to helping people that really want to change their church. They want to change their communities. They want to change their family tree. But it's time, especially the faith community, we wake up and realize that metabolic dysfunction is wrong.
The amount of people in this company that recruit people in the church is so gross to me. You have a trust. How do I want to word this? You are trusting these people in the church. And then because you are using spiritual manipulation to recruit them into this company, it's very difficult for people to work through that, unravel that, if you will. And we see this a lot with multi-level marketing companies and specifically around recruiting. And, God drew you to this. And if you get that feeling in your stomach or you just got goosebumps, this probably you were meant to be here or whatnot. It's just disgusting. I've said it before. I'm going to say it again. I don't believe for one second that God would want people in a multi-level marketing knowing what we know about these companies, how they operate, how they treat their people behind the scenes. I don't believe it for 1 second. And also, just to be clear, all religious beliefs and lack thereof will always be welcome here. Okay. Also, leave the churches alone. Right. And stop trying to change people who don't want to change. Agreed. Absolutely agree. Yeah, I think he's just repeating what they heard at the event. I'd rather pay Luna and Erin $400 a month. That's so kind. I would buy her a lot of treats and probably some more. I'm calling it a cat tree or a cat tower. We put some on the walls and she loves it. She gets up at the top and she's like, yeah, it's cool. I probably would spend that on her.
Rampant in our church on who's going to be the leader, who's going to be the one that is passionate enough to say, you know what, that Doug, he's a little crazy. I'll watch his Facebook Lives, but he might be onto something. Good. If you want to be onto something with me, join me or watch me.
Or watch
But
me.
join the movement, join the mission. If you're watching this and you know of another Trilivy coach out there, join him and just say, I want to take Doug up on his challenge. Can you really make $2-3 grand a month just off of helping 17 people? More. I'm just being like careful and like I don't like to, overhype things. But if you beat me to global, I'll be writing you a check for 10 grand, and I guarantee Trilivy will be paying you a whole lot more than 10 grand. I just want to do it right now because our time is right now.
Now, one thing I don't know that if you guys do, feel free to message me or you can drop it in the comments. I would love to know if they made any comp plan changes with this rebranding. I would love to know that because I don't.
We have 3 programs. For the longest
Yet.
time, Optavia had 1 program. We have 3 programs. We have 3 phases of our journey. And I'm not just going to jump up and down with you when you lose your 40 or 50 pounds, although you're going to lose your 40 or 50 pounds. I'm going to jump up and down with you when we enter the refine phase and we go all the way to the renew phase. And you're in the best shape of your life and your wife can't keep her hands off you or your husband can't keep her hands off you. He's just like, every time you walk by, it's like, damn. And she's probably already saying, damn. But you know what? It's like a new damn. All right? It's like leveling up.
Oh, my God. Doug, maybe stay out of people's marriages and work on your own stuff.
Because that's what we're doing. So, yes, I am giving $10,000 away. If you're just logging in, go back and watch the beginning of this. Giving $10,000 away. You want to become a global director. I'll teach you how. I'll even mentor you. That's how simple this is I will actually mentor the people that I am in competition with. Because really, until America's healthy, there is no competition. There's not enough coaches in the world. There's not enough easy to follow plans. Okay, there's a lot of macro accounting and there's stuff that you graduate to, but there's not a lot of easy things like I started my grandma on from her home that is simple, that can be shipped to anywhere in America.
Oh my God, his grandma was on Optavia fuelings. Oh, wait, if she was on the 5-in-1, why was she working out? You're not supposed to do that.
That replaces most people's grocery bill. This is not added to the monthly budget, which most people aren't even on a budget anyway. They say they are. Blessings if you are. You're a top. I read a statistic the other day that actually.
What did he just say? You're a top? Is that what he just said?
Only 10% of people are on a budget and stick to a budget. 90% others say, oh, it's not in my budget. They don't have a budget. They just swipe until there's nothing left and then they wait for the next paycheck. I want to help people get out of that mentality, which that's also a sign of metabolic and financial dysfunction, which we help.
We're grouping metabolic and financial dysfunction together? What is happening?
Help people fix too. So I challenge you to do something about it. Take personal responsibility of your life, of your health, and you want to beat me to global? It's on. It starts today. Show me. Well, I'll definitely be needing to see proof, and I'll show you proof. But the first one to do it shows it to me, proves it to me. I'll be writing a check for 10 grand. That was for any of the 3,000 people that were at our convention in Orlando. And if you watch this and you could start today. In fact, people that start today have a better advantage than me. See, I'm an OG. All right, I've been doing this too long. I got some bad habits. All right, all this program takes is some.
What kind of bad habits, Doug? Never mind. I don't want to know. I do not want to know.
Someone who is experiencing amazing results and that is willing to share a real solution for all their friends and their family that have a real problem. And truly, the fat will be history, the dysfunction will be history, and we pay pretty good too. So if there's an area of your life that you're looking to level up in, it involves money, it involves physical well-being or mindset or spiritual well-being. It's amazing how you start to purify your temple. You eliminate the sugar. You eliminate all.
You, if I may, you should not eliminate sugar. Sugar comes from carbs. Our body needs carbs, breaks it down into glucose, and our body needs that to operate. Our brain needs that. Our body needs that. Now, if he's talking about like adage, I don't even, I can't even. I guess that's what I want to say. Your body needs carbs. It breaks down to glucose. You store it as glycogen. It's a part of how our bodies are designed to work.
All this, just the stuff, the repetitive cycles that we do under stress, and we follow something simple. It's amazing how people save money on my plan when they become then they become a coach and they start making money quickly. Yes, from home. It doesn't take a bunch of time. That's for another conversation. And it's amazing how the other problems that we thought were a bigger issue actually is solved by getting our bodies healthy and pure. So
healthy and pure.
It stands 10K.
Wait a second. Did I just get sent the comp plan?
Anybody who beats me to global, you want to know what that is? Ask.
3 videos on the comp plan.
A Trilivy coach. Ask me.
Let's do a part 2, shall we? Really quick, because we still have a couple minutes of this, but really quick. Normally, if you've been a subscriber of my channel, you know that I have a video that comes out on Friday. And if you're a member, you always get videos early, plus additional members only lives, usually 2 a week. This Friday, I'm actually going to be streaming. I don't have the time set yet, but just know that that's going to be coming around the same time, maybe a little bit earlier this Friday. I try to be really consistent, that's the word I was looking for, with my schedule, because we all have lives, and just trying to plan accordingly to make it easier for you guys to know what's coming. Okay, that being said, I had to switch from an edited video to a stream because Ava was not available to edit. So, for this week. So just know, I think we should do a part 2 on Friday. I think we should do the comp plan. What do y'all think? Let me know in the comments. Comp plan part 2, or Trilivy part 2 on Friday. You and me, let me know.
You want to coach? DM me. I'll put you in the game. We're gonna move fast towards our health and your health. I'm committed to helping anybody who works with me get in the absolute best shape of your life. If you're entering into a season or a minute that you are in a no more BS, no more excuses, and you say that, but I'm gonna hold you to it. I'll help you get in the best shape of your life. I will. I'm really good at what I do, but I also only work with people who are like, no, thanks for telling me the truth, Doug. Thanks for laying it out there. Yeah, my program is about $425 to $450 a month. It's a proprietary product that is specialized just for us, to you. It is shipped directly to your house. It replaces 80% of right now what you're spending on.
Okay, I'm just doing a quick browse on this. They have a fast start bonus, it looks like. They have a team builder monthly bonus for recruiting. Oh, this is interesting. There's an executive director rank advancement bonus in the amount of $2,000. And I bet that's why Doug here is talking about executive director so much. Yep, we're going to look at this on Friday. Definitely. So get ready to lock in, everybody.
We dysfunction at food because you're just busy and grabbing Costco bites and Chick-fil-A and running around. If that's you, you're going to save money on my plan. You're going to feel amazing. You and I are going to be talking every day, especially the first couple days.
Ooh, God.
After that, I'm going to plug you into my groups and my coaching. You're going to have access to me whenever you need it. And you're going to be in the best shape of your life. And your kids are going to thank you, and they're going to say, Dad, wow. Oh, wow, Dad, I can't get my arms around you. Pretty soon, you'll have 21-year-old daughters like I do, 19-year-old daughters like Caitlin, that says, Doug, that says, Papa, you're in better shape than many of my friends. Like, they're proud. Like, they're proud of me. Like, walking through France last month, Kate was just like, that's my dad. Like, I was walking the boardwalk, I had my shirt off. Like, there ain't no other dads. There was hardly any dudes in their 30s with their shirts off. I'm walking the boardwalk. I'm with Kate, and she's like,
I just can picture his American vibe in France, walking around with his shirt off. Oh, no, thank you. I'm not talking about his body, to be clear. I'm talking about the attitude, because in my opinion, many Americans are snobby, especially when you're traveling abroad. I'm not saying all Americans. You guys get it.
Like, that's my pops. I'm like, yeah, baby. That's right. But I didn't even get started until I was 33 years old.
I could just picture what the French people were thinking watching him. It's the attitude. It's the, I don't know what I want to call it. I guess the energy, you know?
On my reset. I didn't even start really, really getting serious, which was too late. It wasn't too late. I didn't even get started. In my mind, I'm like, why didn't I do this sooner? I didn't really start lifting weights until I was in my 40s. You are not too old to change your way. You are not too old to completely reset your bad habits from the last year or two. You are not too far gone. Do not overthink this thing in your head. You can do this, but we don't need to sit around thinking about it and praying out anymore. We need to be people of action in summer of 2026. Kids are about back in school. It's time to get serious. It's time to commit. And I just want to say God bless you.
I've been to 32 countries. I tell everyone I'm Canadian. Shout out to the Canadians, eh? Oh my God. Can he please not go out of the US ever? He makes us all look so bad. Facts. Hey, Rachel, what's going on?
And I just also feel strongly like there's a
Oh, this is so cute. Everybody stay hydrated. Thank you so much. I appreciate you, Jessica.
there's a spirit of delay over some people, and you're just like, man, just take action. Take action on your physical health. And
And also work with professionals. You know, these are not professionals. These are people trying to sell you overpriced processed fuelings for their MLM company. They're not going to teach you healthy habits, even though that's like the core of what they say. They're just trying to sell you an overpriced product. Learn how to prepare. I was going to say cook, but not everybody wants to cook. Not everybody likes to cook, and not everybody is good at cooking, and that is okay. There's ways that you can meal prep and have things easily so you can combine them. I was just reading auto translate, and I said, anyways, you can also just prep things that you can grab easily. You know, pick a protein or pick 2 proteins, prepare it, and have it so you can just combine them quickly. Frozen vegetables, also a really great option. I'd stay away from the lettuce these days. You know, there's a lot of different options that you can use that don't require prepping full meals, or you can meal prep like I do. There's just so many different ways that you can do that and to build those habits that work for your lifestyle. And they are not going to teach you that. They're going to teach you how to be dependent on those fuelings, even after you become a coach, because they're going to pressure you to become a coach.
almost promise you, if it's physical health with Trilivy program, I'm telling you right now, it's going to
I do the Canadian cover too.
unleash and unlock that spiritual in some areas that you've been bound.
Spirit of delay is an actual demon, by the way, is what he means. What? I did not know that.
Up. I know for a fact.
Yeah, I get it.
Because that's what happens. Your spirit man, your
I didn't know that.
spirit woman will come alive. And it's going to unlock some things financially. It will unlock some new things in your life. It just does. It just does. I've seen it way too many times. And I'm not going to shy away from the topic. I'm not going to apologize about it. Because I'm passionate about seeing people get the results that they finally deserve, no matter if they're in their 30s, 40s, 50s, yes, even 60s, all right? God bless y'all. Let's make it a great day. Feel free to beat me to global. I will happy to send you a 10 grand check, but I probably won't have to. But in the meantime, make...
Why? Why would you probably not have to? Why, Doug? Because you know that a large percentage of people probably will never hit that rank. Oh, I get it. Because you're going to hit it first. Yeah, we'll see about that.
Make some great money, help a lot of people get healthy, and you'll get in the best shape of your life. And that's going to be fun. All right. God bless y'all. Make it a great day.
Oh, my God. Well, we made it. I was going to do a website scroll, but I think I'll save that for another time. Maybe DeeCee, if you're still on here. Oh, yeah, you are. Maybe that's something that you could do. Also, I'm going to text you after this, DeeCee, because I have something I need to send you. I'll voice message you later. Yes, please do. Okay. Wow, that was quite the wild ride. So that's Trilivy. the rebranded version of Optavia. And I'll be interested to hear more about these 3 phases that they're talking about, because they used to have the 5-in-1 and then you would go into maintenance, and people very rarely, from what I've been told from those that were in Optavia, very, very rarely would ever go into maintenance. It was cycling on and off the 5-in-1. So anyways, that's that. I appreciate y'all being here. If you are a member or would like to become a member and be one of my financial supporters, which I appreciate greatly. I appreciate everybody watching, liking, commenting, subscribing. Make sure you're subscribed. But if you'd like to become a member, you can click the join button, and I'll see you over here in just a few minutes on a members only after party, where it's a little bit more intimate. We chat usually about food and nutrition and some other really cool things, whatever is coming up, updates, behind the scenes stuff. So we've got that going on. Make sure that you click the, or check out the video description with all the affiliate links and all of that good stuff. And again, if you're looking for protein powder, if you're looking for creatine, anything like that, make sure you check out the Legion website. I think I have that linked in the video description, and also for my channel, and use the code Erin Bies. It saves you 50% off of your first order. So that was a mouthful. That was a lot. Thank you guys for being here, and I'll see you on Friday for part 2. I need to check my schedule. I'll get that set up so that you guys know what time it is on Friday, and we're going to go through the comp plan, and I'll probably have some other videos as well. So thank you guys for being here, and I will see you on the next one. Bye, everybody.